We are live. Welcome to the MadChat, everybody. What an honor it is to have you all in the company. It is incredible. It's another Sunday, another lockdown. It's what they call it. It's the same, isn't it? It's the same. But it's a pleasure to have you here. We got everybody here. There is too many of you to name check. We've got Average Joe, Michael Wilde, Chumley Biscuit, Ryan Newby, RH is here, Glyn Reynolds is here, a good friend of both our shows, Stephen Harper, A. Ross for the Fortis enthusiast, Ken Spears here, Happy Wrist Channel. It's an absolute pleasure to have you all here, my friends. We've got Mirror Man Zero Mirror Man Zero from Germany. I absolutely love to know where you're all from. It's incredible. Thank you very much for tuning in. There's a lot of you here. Anyone would think that I've got the Casio King here or something, wouldn't you? We're just gonna go straight for this because this is what you've been waiting for. Obviously, nothing to do with me. I'll shut that because that is unprofessional. Here we go. Shut that, boy. Lovely. Good. J Gems here. Lovely. Watch Wits here. Cool. So listen, I'm not on my own. There is someone here. He's watch royalty to us. He's probably, in my mind, probably one of the hardest working YouTubers on this platform. And he is an absolute master at engaging me and many, many others of you, even though the watch he's showing you, we probably don't like, but because it's him and the way he speaks and the way he talks about the watch, we're just engaged right until the end, aren't we? And chances are, if you're looking at a watch review that's not his, the one loaded up from YouTube will probably be one of his. So we can't get away from Jody. Just one more watch. Where is he? Here he is. Yeah.
Hello, Russell. How you doing?
I'm all right, my friend.
That's quite the intro. So I'm the Casio King. I'm royalty. You probably don't like the watches that I review, but I'm everywhere. That's all right. If that's how you want to start, Russell, let's carry on from there. Let's carry on.
That is absolutely true. No, it's not true one bit.
Not true.
Not
all right,
true
all right.
one bit. Well, it's incredibly a pleasure to have you here, my friend. Just to let everybody know, it is 10 o'clock here in UK time. And for Jody, it is 9 o'clock, just woken up. Are you a coffee man, Jody? You're a coffee man?
I used to be a coffee man, but I had drank too much coffee, and now I'm a tea man.
Man.
I'm taking it down a notch.
I love it. And what sort of tea, Jody? What tea are you into?
Oh, Earl Grey, only the poshest.
Wow, very nice.
Thank you.
Very nice. If for Australia, what would be the go-to tea in Australia, Jody?
They drink coffee.
Do they? All right.
Yeah. Flat whites. All those coffees originated over here and then came back around the world.
Oh,
good
really?
Coffee, actually. Yeah, really good coffee.
That's fantastic. Just before we went, because I spoke to you before we went off. I've always wanted to ask you about the lovely statue behind you on your right. When you've got I love your new layout, by the way, Jody. It's
Thank
awesome.
you. Yeah, I moved house in September, and I thought I would jazz it up a bit.
Look at this, everyone. Look at him. I absolutely love it. So you were saying that this is the limited edition?
Apparently so. I went to a friend's house for Christmas. I think it was like Christmas 2012, and somebody had bought her this as a joke. And I was like, that is sensational. I need one of those. And I had bought one on eBay within 10 minutes, and it's been on the shelf. It got banned. My wife banned it from the living room, but I moved the studio into its own dedicated space about a year and a half ago, and Steve has been on the shelf ever since.
That is amazing.
My dad hates it. My dad hates him as well. Everybody kind of hates, but people love the Steve.
Yeah, I mean, us at the UK, we couldn't get enough of Steve Irwin.
Yeah, I know.
At one point, he was massive, absolutely massive, and it was a bit of a tragic ending to Big Steve. But it was incredible. One more thing, Jody.
Got him. Yeah.
Yes, one more thing. Could you show me one book, Jody, in that lovely bookshelf of yours? Can I just what? I can see a Star Wars one there, but what book? Show us one that's a thin one that you're not too embarrassed to show.
Yeah.
50 Shades of what's
50 Shades of Whiskey.
Whiskey. Wow, very nice.
Written by a friend of mine. This guy's a friend from Glasgow, about the reopening of the Brooklady distillery on the Isle of Skye a few years ago. So
wow,
I've had to thin down the book collection because they were like everywhere.
Yeah.
So I've got a bit of sci-fi, a bit of politics, a bit of China, a bit of Formula One, a little bit of I thought this was kind of representative.
Yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, it's just I love doing this, Jody, because I'm always interested into backgrounds of reviewers and your new one, because you specifically got things that because you said the bookshelves got smaller, and I absolutely love it. And what that jug behind you? What's that jug thing behind the red? Yeah, what's that, Jody?
This is
look at this thing.
Yeah. This is Russia art. It is East German pottery from the kind of mid-century. So my dad got into this. My dad's a collector. This is where it all kind of came from.
Yeah.
And what he does, he buys so many pieces of something, whatever it is he's collecting, that his house fills up, and then he has to start posting it overseas to me. So,
I love it. I'll tell you what it does. It's really good, like little flecks of orange behind you. It just adds to the scene.
They're everywhere. Yeah, I've got about 3 of these. You just keep sending them over.
How much do they cost to send over, Jody? Because that's a lot.
Probably more than they're worth, to be honest.
That is a lot. So I've known you, Jody, for a hell of a long time. You don't know me, you haven't known me, but I felt like we all feel like we've known you for a long, long time. I am a lover of Casio because it holds me. It's very sentimental to me. It's the first watch I remember going to buy with my mum in Argos.
Argos catalog, love it.
Argos,
So many hours poring over that.
Exactly.
I was going to do a top 10 Argos catalog video. But I should have done it now because Argos is no more. Yeah, they've kind of canned it.
Yeah.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah, definitely. There's a website you can go to look at all the old catalogs. Ooh. It's amazing. The Casios on there, Jody, are unbelievable.
Yeah, great.
Very good. I've been a subscriber to your channel for a long time, and I've loved your watches. I love the fact because I thought you made Casio, and I can't say them budget. They are budget because they're 30, 40, 50, 60 pound watches. Yeah. But you made them sexy again, Jody. You made them sexy again, and you made you basically said, yes, you can spend your 5,000, 10,000, Mr. X, but still, I've got a watch that's $10 or $20 that does better time, and the history and everything else to it,
best value watches in the world. And if you're on a super tight budget, then that's the only brand really that you should be considering if you just want a cheap watch. And I've introduced a lot of people, friends at work, to watches via Casios. A lot of them are wearing Casios because they're like, oh yeah, well, I needed a watch, and I remember you said this, or I watched one of your videos and I bought a Casio. So
that's awesome. It's like it's very cyclical, isn't it? Because they were retro for geeks, and now they're chic.
Now they're everywhere.
Aren't they?
The hipsters are all seen with these little Casios on their wrists.
Sorry, go on, mate.
Yeah, and they're all over TV again.
Stranger
Things, 2 or 3 of the characters were wearing it. That was massive. So everybody's into that 80s, 90s thing again.
We can't get enough of the 80s, can we? We just cannot. They keep coming back to it, and it's just an amazing thing. What was
we were there, Russell. We were there. We remember it the first time
around. I know, my friend. I know.
We remember the technology that was amazing but didn't work. No, and even if it did work, none of it talked to any of the other technology. All of the stuff in a room that didn't work.
That is true. I mean, I had many a calculator around the house. I had Casio keyboards that played demos and things. Casio, Casios were everywhere. Was there when was the first Casio? Remember buying your first Casio? Do you remember what your first Casio was?
Yeah, I've still got it. In a manner of speaking, it was the Casio W10. Which is looks a lot like the F91 or the F84 or that style. It's that small one. And I remember that was the first watch I ever owned, and I loved it. I remember just staring at it, because you get fixated on these little things, which is why I'm into the watches, because you love them as little objects. And that one's long gone, probably broke, probably in the 80s somewhere. But
Yeah.
I found one new old stock from a dealer in Spain a few years ago, and it has never left the house. It lives in a watch box. It's like it's a safe Jenny Casio, which is the most ridiculous thing in the world. But that's it. I've got it.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean,
cool little watches.
I really do hate my mum and dad for making me sell my watches or throwing my watches out, or letting me, because I was the one that wanted to do it. So we had car boot sales, which is almost like, for Americans, it's yard sales. But you just sold everything you weren't wearing or using to basically buy more stuff.
Buy the next thing,
to buy the next thing. And I had the remote control watch. I had CA53s, and oh man, it hurts me. It hurts. It's like everything though. I had the Millennium Falcon.
Yes,
I had everything. I did X-Wing. I can picture myself playing with it, but I sold it, and it was probably for £2. And that is what hurts me, Jody. It hurts me.
You know, we'd have houses full of junk to try and speculate on all the stuff that we've got.
Exactly.
But you've rebought it all. I can see behind you. You've pretty much bought everything. You've bought it all again.
I've done it. And sometimes I've rebought it as well.
Yeah.
I sold it and rebought it. And yes, that'll lead me on to a nice question in a minute, my friend.
Okay.
First of all, we have to do the get your watch out.
All right.
Jody, would you tell me what is on your
which wrist do you want? I'll do one. I'll do this one.
Yes.
I'll leave this one for later on.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought I had 3 watches on yesterday, so I thought, why? I'm not going to dress up for you. I'll just put on what I had on yesterday. And the third watch, I went out for dinner last night, and this is a Feynman, which is a small
fancy, isn't it?
Hong Kong micro brand. It's an ETA manual wind. It looks like nothing else that I've got in my collection, and I quite like it.
Very snazzy, snazzy. That's very good. I've got the boring, but iconic. I know that the old SKX013.
Oh, the little guy. Yeah, good choice. Good choice.
Built for the little guy's wrists, but
well, they're good little watches. I've still got mine going nowhere.
Yeah, I absolutely love I've got it on an Uncle Seiko Tropic strap.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love it. Really comfortable. The only thing is, if you don't have a watch case that you cannot put it in a watch case like this, unfortunately.
Is it a fitted one? Is it fitted links, fitted lugs? Yeah, okay, that's a new one.
Yeah, but it's really, it was new. I think I was the first one to order one. But, but it fits on the wrist amazing. And if you've got a watch box with pillows, then it's absolutely perfect. But yes, I absolutely love this. First of all, I bought the SKX009. That's what got me into the hobby properly. And then I thought, what, they do a small one for little wristies? And then I just it's just been in my collection ever since. Absolutely.
I bought the 013 first, and then I bought one of the big ones. Yeah, I had a shot of a friend loaned me a 009, and I thought, yeah, it's okay, but I prefer the little one. So I bought the little one, and then I bought a couple of big ones after that. And depending on how fat I am, I found over, especially with lockdowns and whatever else over the last year, my weight's gone like all over the place.
You've been cycling though, haven't you? You've been doing your cycling, haven't you?
No, this year, trying to lose it from last year. But I found that I was in small watches at the beginning of 2020, big watches by the middle, and now I'm back into the 38s and 40s. But let's see where I go this year. I
love it. We'll do the old other arm reveal in a minute, Jody. We'll keep them waiting on that.
Okay.
Just for my benefit, Jody, really. Favorite toys growing up, Jody?
Favorite toys.
So you're 10 years of age.
Yes. I'm 10 years of age. It's Star Wars. Star Wars. Yeah, it was all about Star Wars. I remember getting my first one. I got Greedo, who was the green guy that Han shot under the table in the bar. That was my first ever one.
Wow.
And then I guess I was born in 75, so by the time Empire Strikes Back came out, I was of age to get into them. Yeah. And by the time Return of the Jedi came out, I was all over Ewoks and all the rest of it. So Star Wars, and then Transformers. Got properly into the Transformer toys.
Where is he? Where is he? There he is. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
That's an original.
I was thinking, original.
Original, my
that
friend. Yeah.
that you bought
No,
then?
I
Or you
rebought
rebought it?
from
Yeah.
eBay. Yeah. Yeah.
I was thinking there's a kind of personal story from my history which set the tone for Just One More Watch and a lot of the way that I collect things.
Yeah.
I remember my grandparents lived in the Isle of Wight, and you know, because you're in Southampton, aren't you? You're down there, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're from the UK, you'll know where the Isle of Wight is. If you're not from the UK, it's where old British people go to extend their lives by 5 years because the weather's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
And it worked. My nan lived well into her 80s. She had a really nice time down there.
Where was she? Sandbanks?
She was in Brystone.
Oh, Brystone.
Which was
yeah.
Proper thatched roof stuff. It was the real postcards. Cool. They were postcards of Brystone. And I went down there one year to see her when I must have been like 10, 11 or something. And she said, "Oh, Jody, it's your birthday. Here's some money to buy some toys."
Oh.
And I had the choice of either a big Transformer. I could have had an Optimus Prime or a Decepticon or something.
Yeah.
Or I had the choice of loads of little ones. And I went for the little ones. And that, I think, I'm a kind of
collector.
Yeah, yes. I'm a kind of more of one thing rather than one big thing. Because people will say, "Oh, why don't you sell all your watches and buy one good one?" I'm like, well, no, that's not how I like to collect things. It's not how. That's not where I find joy. And it all goes back to Transformers in the Isle of Wight.
I absolutely love it. I love it.
Sometime in the 80s.
I was going to ask you the one thing that your subscribers won't know about you, but I think you've covered that, my friend, with the amazing Transformers.
The Transformer story, they are.
I absolutely love it.
Yeah,
I love that, and I guess I don't know if I collected a lot. I think I went for the big stuff, Jody.
Yeah,
I think I went for the big stuff and then went around for the little stuff afterwards. But thing is, with me and my brother's 3 years younger than me, and I always got to get what I wanted first, and he had the others. Also, his favorite colors were purple, and usually the baddies, Jody, are purple. If they're not black, they're purple. So I got Optimus Prime, and I Mask, all these sorts of toys. The baddies were always purple because they didn't want to be black. Because it's
Skeletor, another purple guy. Yeah,
he loved Skeletor.
Yeah.
It was very weird, but it meant I had He-Man and Battle Cat, so it didn't really matter.
No, I didn't have any He-Man, but I remember going to a friend's house who did. I think you chose your friends in those days based on who had what toys. So I had the Scout Walker. I had the Star Wars Scout Walker that you pushed. It was like a chicken. It would kind of walk along.
That's amazing.
And so you'd go to a friend's house because he had an AT-AT, and you would recreate Hoth. You would recreate the battle scenes there.
I had the AT-AT, and you just couldn't put it anywhere. You could not put it anywhere. I mean, and I remember moving the legs. And you can move the legs like that and put them into a position. It really hurts me when I think about all the toys that I had, and they could be adorning the back here, but they're not. But that's fine,
And so, favorite Star Wars film?
Yes, we'll get back in.
Well, is yours Return? Is yours Empire Strikes Back because of the AT-ATs?
Empire Strike. I did. I had a snow speeder as well. So I think at that time the Snowspeeder was my favorite ship. But obviously I'm an 80s boy, so I wouldn't have had Star Wars until I was 10, 11 or 9 or 10. I don't know, but I don't know when the toys come out, but I know I had them when they were released, so I don't know what my mum and dad were thinking about. But still, so Empire Strikes Back is when Han Solo goes in the carbon. I had that sort of stuff. Brother had Jabba the Hutt. He wasn't purple, but he was a baddie, so he had Jabba. What do you think about the new films, the new Star Wars films?
Yeah, I think being of a certain age, Empire Strikes Back is it's kind of the default choice, isn't it? It's the darkest of the first three, and it is a fantastic film.
Yeah,
I like Rogue One though.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Rogue One's actually a really good film,
really
and it
clever.
Really clever, and the whole look of it. It looks early 70s. Everybody's got big lamb chop sideburns and the big clunky buttons on their uniforms, and it gets away with it. Mad Mickelson is fantastic. Felicity Jones, I think, and Ben Mendelsohn as Krennic. Yeah, so good. So I've watched Rogue One more than any of the other new movies. But I remember being in the cinema when The Force Awakens came out, and I watched it with my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, and just, my stomach was like a ball, ready for it. And then a huge wave of joy, thinking they've got it right. Thank goodness it's not like the prequels. Yes. And then of course we got The Last Jedi, and they got it all wrong again. But
well, there you go. Definitely when I saw the reboot from J.J. Abrams, it was like a nice warm fuzzy relief, you know what I mean? It was a nice relief to have that when we saw that. But then we left it thinking that this is a proper reboot, Jody's lost us. He's lost, unfortunately.
We were having trouble, but we're back. Are we back?
We're back. I was just saying that it gave me warm, fuzzy feeling that the Millennium Falcon was back, and there he is. There you go.
I've got internet.
That's all right. That's okay.
Paul, hello.
Hello. It's okay. You're just about there.
Oh, sorry. Dodgy internet.
Okay.
Yeah, dodgy internet.
It's okay. It's probably the other half doing this. So listen, this question. At what point?
Nice segue.
Yes. At what point did your other half tell you had an issue with watches, Jody? Here we go. Come on, Jody.
My wife has completely given up. She gave up. She gave up a couple of years ago. It's her fault, really, that this channel started. I had a bet with her.
Yes.
Because I was watching a lot of TGV. I think everybody everybody watches a lot of TGV. By the way, you had the governor on a couple of weeks ago, so it's all downhill. It's all downhill from there.
Well, very privileged to have the governor on. Yeah.
I watched a lot of TGV, and obviously I bought a lot of watches, as is the way. And I said, I could do this. I could start a channel. And my wife said, No, you're too old. You're the wrong demographic for YouTube. I was like, right, I'll show you.
I'm going to show you.
I made 2 videos, one about a Casio and one about the Orient Bambino. And I said I would have 2,500 views by Christmas. This was my aim.
Whoa.
And I know. And I didn't quite make it, but I got it in like January. And I was like, all right, this is quite fun. And I enjoyed chatting to people in the comments and just something a bit different. And I started in the beginning of 2017. But the house is chaos. It's just watches. She gave up a long time ago. Doesn't even bat an eyelid.
Oh, well, that's all right. Is it, they're kept in one corner of the room, Jody, are they? Or
they're kept in one room now. I have a whole room to myself. We had to move to a bigger house so that I had a whole room for watches now.
Wow, it's amazing.
I pay the rent for this giant room full of watches.
Absolutely love it. Just before we carry on, Jody, I want to say thank you so much for commenting, everybody in the chat. We can see your comments. But there's a lot of you, so sorry I don't reply but we can see your comments, so thank you very much. And yes, he has got Grogu on in the t-shirt. He's moving about, the internet's going funny, Sydney's playing up. What's going on?
Do you know what, Russell? I'm gonna try and go to do you want me to go to mobile data on my phone? That might be better.
That's okay.
Yeah,
right. Okay, mate.
If I drop out, let's see if that works. Let's see. I've just seen something terrifying. My dad is in the comment section.
Is he?
Yeah, shocking. All right, let me do this.
This is fantastic. Jody's dad, it's a pleasure to have you on board. We need to know who you are, my friend, before Jody comes back.
Right, we're back.
I can't. I've got audio. There he is. There he is.
All right. Fingers crossed. That'll work.
Jody, whose dad? Tell me whose dad is.
My dad. He's calling himself Musgrove in the comment section. It's my own fault for telling him that I was doing this, but I didn't think he knew how to work YouTube. but he's there. He's there. Well, yeah, my dad's into watches. I guess he got me into watches. I think it's the same for a lot of guys specifically. Dad's into watches. There's hand-me-down watches. There's family heirlooms or watches.
I know all about the Navi timer. He likes his Navi timers.
Yes, he does. He does. He's got a Navi timer at the moment. He's also got a Bull of a Lunar Pilot. I sent him that for his birthday last year, but I'm not sure if he wears it. I think he probably sold it.
You don't have to comment that. You don't have to comment that, Mr. Musgrove. You don't have to comment that. But it's a pleasure to have you here, my friend. Let's move on to the Castaway watch, Jody.
Oh, yes.
Okay, you are Tom Hanks. We wish. Yes. But obviously not in the film Castaway. So you're washed up on a deserted island. There's trees and stuff around, but you're washed up. What is the one watch you are thanking your lucky stars that you have on?
Hang on.
What is it?
What's the watch?
He's getting it. He's getting out.
The watch, of course.
Oh, it's the G, man.
It's the Solar Square G.
Yeah.
I bought it about a year ago when I modded my other Square G, my battery powered Square G, and it's like it's a lifer. And it's the one watch that I would have on the desert island because, it's not going to break and it's solar powered. So hopefully, if there's a bit of sun, that would do me.
Yeah, I'm. He's not working at the minute. It's because he's trapped. But I'm sort of with you.
Oh right. You've got one of the posh ones. Is that one of the Bluetooth atomic ones?
It's a multi-band 6. So this is the 5610. But it's an awesome watch, and it'll be reviewed. My pick though, Jody, was this one. This is the watch that you quoted. I quote you that you said a face that only your mother would love.
I know what this is, Russell. I know what this is. We need to talk about this. We need to talk about this. Yeah.
No. So this is not what you think, but you said.
Oh, really? What's another one? Okay.
And you said you'd need biceps of this guy to wear it as well.
Yes. Oh, right. Oh, okay.
Yes,
I got you.
Yes.
I got you.
Nice. Now, seeing as though I haven't got biceps that Arnie's wife probably doesn't have, I absolutely love this watch, Jody. It just reminds me of the Predator. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger. Although it's a reissue, the SNJ 025.
Yeah.
It's got a ratchet that feels like it's from the 80s. It's an amazing ratchet. I just love it. And do you know what, Jody? What I liked is I like the fact of if I've only got one watch on a desert island, I've got the dial to look at. Might be a bit ugly, but I've got the screen as well. I'm not going to go bored.
And you've got some buttons to press.
I've got some buttons to press.
And it surprisingly wears well for a big boy, doesn't it?
Really does. I mean, I'm
short lug to lug.
I think it's 49 or something like that, lug to lug.
Super comfy strap. Those Seiko rubber straps.
The silicone straps are ridiculous. They're so good. I bought one for my SKX. They're fantastic. I mean, I'm not looking at the comments at the minute, but guys, what your watch would be if you are trapped on a desert island? I think G-Shocks would definitely be a Patek Philippe, a perpetual calendar. I think it's not going to be, or Citizen Eco Drive.
It's got to be solar powered some degree, hasn't it?
Got to be some sort of solar.
But we don't have the atomic clock down here. We don't have access to that. So I thought there was no point. I had one of those multi-band squares, but I thought, well, what's the point? Because I can't use the features. Yeah. I just bought the solar one because there's plenty of sun down here, and that's me. That's my Castaway watch. That's my forever watch. I tried to wear a Square G as a daily. I remember a few years ago when my kind of number one watch broke, but it just didn't work as a suit and tie watch. I was working in hospitality, serving people food, and I would hand them the plate, and boop, out would pop my big chunky G-Shock. I thought, it's maybe a bit too informal. But if you have two watches, if you like a small collection, then really, one your nice watch, and then the Casio Square or the Casio whatever.
I've been quite late to G-Shocks, I have to admit. And my first G-Shock, Jody, was the full metal square.
Oh, really? You went straight to the top.
So it was like 2 years ago, just under 2 years ago, and it was way too big for me. The protruding the lugs integrated bracelet. It just didn't look right. Where you've got those mounted straps that just come out first, it didn't look right. But I did feel quite good. I felt like I was the T1000 Terminator on one.
Yeah.
One
You feel
side.
good. Feel good.
I did feel good. But yeah, I'm growing into G-Shocks. I've got the 57. I think it's the 5700.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
I like the round case. Case.
That's a good one. I've not tried one of them. But do we need to talk about a certain other Casio?
I don't know if we. I don't know if I need to be.
Do we need to clear? Do we need to clear the air? I'm not going to bash you. I'm not going to bash you. Each to their own.
Hang on. I'm trying to think of the blooming theme tune to Mr. Cruise's.
Well, so that one, yeah.
That is it. Well, here we go. Oh, this is actually how it wears on my wrist.
Yeah. I know there's a lot of love for those, but I don't get it myself.
I appreciate your thoughts on there, Jody. I've always rooted for the underdog in my life,
that's just a dog, Russell. That's not an underdog.
What I would say that I did mention in reviews is that the buttons, they're easy to punch down. Do you know what I mean? With the Casio G-Shocks, you're there trying to bloody flipping. Has anyone got a pencil? Let's get down and try and get. I would say that, and I know it's a protective thing, but again, I don't have those mounted things that stick out.
Yeah.
So the only thing that's showing on my small wrist is the watch face.
It's the top. And look, they used to be cheap. They used to be cheap until TGV got behind them, and now they're expensive. It's the TGV tax, isn't it?
I know. I'm sure there's a Jody tax. I'm sure there's the Jonwa tax on something.
Jonwa tax, no.
It's got to be. It's amazing, isn't it, when you get to that level?
Yeah, he's influencing the market like that.
Yeah, unbelievable. Jody, I'm going to play this new game called. Have you got 80 people here? It's fantastic.
Yes.
We're going to play your Casio cards, right? Hands up if you knew or you know of Bruce Forsyth. I'd love American guys just to Google him. Bruce Forsyth.
Bruce Forsyth.
He was in loads of game shows. I know that Americans have got some big old names, but he was one of the big ones for us, wasn't he?
He was Saturday nights, and he was Saturday nights from like the 70s through to he died. I mean, he was still doing Saturday nights.
He was still doing Strictly Come Dancing. Yeah.
Yeah. He's doing everything.
Generation Game was my favourite show. I don't know about yours. What was your favourite, Brucey? Brucey show?
I think that I left when he was still doing The Price Is Right.
Wow.
Did he do The Price Is Right, or did I make that up?
I'm pretty sure. I don't know, actually. It's very close to play your cards.
Maybe I watched Blind Date on Saturday nights instead.
I think you did. We all did. How tame is that show compared to blooming what's going on telly these days?
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to ask you at home as well, and if this is recorded, then you can still play. So it's really good. Jody's he knows his stuff. We know he knows his stuff on his Casios. But does he know about Amazon UK Amazon and pounds? So what the price of a Casio is in pounds. I'm going to show Jody a watch now, and then I'm going to show him another one, and he's going to say whether he thinks the price is higher or the price is lower. Okay. Good game.
Okay, no more.
Okay, so I'm going to show you the obvious one. So the F91W. This is in Amazon right now. It is £9.59. Jody,
bargain.
I mean, can you go wrong with one of them? Can you go wrong?
Can you go lower? That's the question. Can you go lower, or is there only higher?
I'm sure you could find a SME that would challenge. So the next one I have is the W-86-1VQES.
Ooh, I'm gonna. Do I have to put a price in pounds on it as well?
No, don't have. No. Well, you can do that if you want to.
Electroluminescent backlight, 50 meters water resistance. I'm going to say 13 quid.
Oh my God. So you are saying it's higher?
I'm saying it's higher.
Yeah. You are correct.
But not much higher.
You are correct. It is on Amazon right now. It is £16.
Ooh, okay.
£16. So
£16.
that's you've done pretty well there.
Okay.
16 pounds in Aussie dollars. What is that, Jody?
Oh, 64,912. It's Aussie
Oh,
pesos.
yeah.
No, that's about $30. I think it's about
Yeah.
55 to the dollar at the moment. So about $31.
That's cool. The Casio Royale. So stainless steel.
Yes.
Only the bracelet.
Vaguely, yes.
This is the AE-1200. We know this.
Yep.
We know this.
We know this.
Boy. Is this more than £16?
Definitely.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
you are
yeah.
correct. You are correct. What do you reckon it's worth?
I reckon about 35.
£35. It is $29.49 at the minute.
Okay, right.
So
good price. Good price.
So that's pretty good, isn't it? Pretty good for a lot of watch there. The next one is the Casio Edifice.
Oh,
this is the EFV-110D or the 110D. You've done one of these not long ago.
Yeah, I reviewed the 100 the last Thursday this week.
Yeah, it was last week.
Or last week, yeah.
Yeah.
Great watch. Really, really nice watch. You know,
So
remarkable.
we had. It's amazing
What they can do. Yeah, really nice.
Yeah,
and that's the smaller one. That's the 35 mil, not the 40 mil.
Very tiny.
Again, I think higher. I think that's in the 30s. Maybe a bit more. Maybe a bit more.
Believe it or not, it is. It is higher, but it is 62.76, Jody.
Ouch! Shop around.
That's shop around. Shop around. That's a lot, isn't it? I mean,
yeah.
They're obviously in demand at the minute. That's why.
Yeah, it must be.
That's how Amazon works, everybody.
I think that's Ben's Watch Club. I think he's the problem there. It's not GGV. That's the Ben Watch Club effect.
He is. Now, listen. Now, hang on. What you need to do, you need to give me 10 minutes just to say what the reference is. Oh, so this is the AQ-230GA-9D MQ. Yes.
Exactly. Thanks, Casio. Thanks for that one.
It's unbelievable.
Right. So 65, is it more or less? It is lower. It is less than 65 quid.
It is. What do you reckon it is? What would you say?
They're quite cheap over here, but you can get fakes of those. They do actually do fake versions of those. Yeah. So watch yourself if it looks too cheap on eBay or something.
Wow. Can you push a button in and keep your finger down for 3 seconds for Casio to come up?
Casio to appear? No, unfortunately not. I reckon 40 odd quid in the 40s for that one.
This is actually $29.99.
Oh, bargain!
It's a bargain, isn't it? It's a bargain.
Buy two.
How good would that look on your hospitality wrist at work?
I had one of them. I had a silver one, and then the buttons fell off. I used to wear that to work, but the buttons fell off.
Oh my word!
At some point.
We're doing very good here, matey, at the minute. It's very good. The next one is a trendier one. It is the A1000M-1BEF. Now, this is all stainless steel. This is a stainless steel case, and you've got your Milanese. Oh,
yeah.
And you've also got your mother of pearl dial face, which is can be manly and feminine at the same time,
Yeah, I think they're aiming for a particular end of the market with that one. I'm going for more expensive, higher.
So higher than $29.99. What would you say? What would you give it?
For the Milanese, the mother of pearl, and the stainless steel, I think we're in the 60s for that one again.
Cool. Well, it is £89 on Amazon. Stainless steel case. I mean, for Amazon, is
£89. Okay.
You're doing very well here, mate. We're on to number 7. I haven't seen this reference before, but it is the MTP-1302PD. Have you ever seen this watch before, Jody?
I have not, and I'm not living regrets because of that. I think I'm comfortable with never having seen this one before. Yeah. I'm going to say lower.
It's got a beautiful fluted bezel.
It's got a fluted bezel.
It is quartz, but it does have a date. It's a lovely daily. So you're going less than £89. It is less.
Lower.
What would you say? What would you give it?
These can be pretty cheap. I'm going for low 30s.
It is 2747.
Yeah.
So that's for
Yeah,
black
look,
dials. It's
they're very
Casio.
solid.
It's a
Last you
solid
for a
watch, isn't it?
decade. Yeah, last you for years.
Absolutely. You're doing very well. What we down to here? Oh, we're on the 8, 9, and 10. So this is, I like this one. It's quite big for me, but this is the EFV-120DB-1AVUEF, Jody.
I've never seen that. That's interesting. All right, we got a different bezel. Okay.
Yes.
And is that 100 meters or 50 meters? 100 meters.
Meters, and it's the edifice. So
Okay.
it's solar powered, and this is
Oh, is it solar as well?
This is a good bit of
Okay,
stuff for you.
Definitely more expensive. Definitely higher.
More expensive than the 2747.
Yes.
So what would you say?
High 50s.
Yes, 45.93. But I think there's a special deal on them. I think they're usually 70.
Okay.
But it looks a well-made watch, doesn't it? It does look a well-made looking thing. But and I'd love to have a little twist of that bezel. That'd be lovely.
Yeah.
But yeah, well done so far. We've got 2 to go.
Right? Can I do the sweep? Can I get?
I think he's going to do it. So we have. I think you've had this on your show. The W-21 8H. It is the I want to be a G-Shock, but I'm just not.
Yeah.
But
what's that? 21-8. That's 21. That's like a chunked up 217.
Yes.
Okay,
It's
I like the
nice
217.
looking.
I might have to get one of them. The last one was in the 50s. Did you say?
Last one was 45.93.
Oh, this could be the one that trips up. Oh, I am going to say lower.
You're going to say lower. You're
Yes.
saying lower than 45.93. It is, in fact, 21.93, Jody.
Ooh, okay, that's a bargain.
This is a bargain. I know it's only 50 meters water resistant, but it's got the illuminator and it looks solid. Looks solid, doesn't it?
I like that module. It's a good one. I've got 217. I do like it.
Definitely a solid looking watch. And we're on to our final one. And this is the DBC-32D. You've got one of these. He's got one of these. He's got one of these data bank beauties. He's got the
Yes.
Oh no, it's the same.
It's the same. Yeah, it's the same one. It's the same one.
Cool.
I took ages finding one of these. I couldn't find one in Australia. I bought this one in Singapore in 2007 when I was on holiday there, and I loved it. I still love it. I mean, that's it. So 15 years old. I think it's had one battery in that time. So
what's the buttons like, Jody? When you press, do they have a sort of click or a definite push down on them?
Utterly hopeless. You have to use your fingernails, and even then, it's no.
Because I've got the DBX 600, which is that awesome sort of 80s looking side panel that comes out of RoboCop's waist. I absolutely love that.
That one is higher. That is more than the last one.
He is done very well. Can you put a price on this on Amazon currently on UK?
I reckon that would be mid to high 30s.
This is £40.95. So yeah, the data banks go up and down on the Amazon. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, they do. They're good ones though. They've got 20 mil lugs. So, 22 mil lugs.
It's 22. Yeah.
So I got one of them. I put it on a mesh. I put it on a Milanese sometimes just for a bit of, bit of fun. But yeah, I got 2 of those. Thank you.
Congratulations, my friend.
That was great, Russell. Thank you very much. That was a good game.
No, that's cool. Just to your favorite data bank. What would be your favorite data bank, Jody?
I like the DBC. I like the DBC 32. Yeah, I think it's the biggest, so it doesn't look like a toy if you've got bigger wrists, and it's also it's not quite the cheapest because the CA53 is generally the cheapest, isn't it? But no, I like those. I have got 2 of them.
Very nice.
I've got the matching pair. Yeah,
I love it.
Really good. I love it.
Well, I have the bad boy on.
Yes, you got that one on. The other wrist.
Yeah. So this is on the other wrist, and this is the one. This is the watch I remember going to Argos when I was 10, 11, and I thought I was the absolute daddy, Jody, when I had this. I really did.
Yeah. That was the one I didn't have. That was the one all the cool kids had. They all had the calculator watch, which is why I've now got 2. Now that I'm big.
I love that. I love it. I love the push downs. The DBX 600, it has a membrane
Yes.
sort of thing. But
Yeah.
the weird thing is, you press down at the button you want, and you seem to press the right one. It's very strange.
Well, I
These
think
have
those
proper,
ones, the rubber, it's like the old ZX Spectrum 48 rubber key. Yeah, real kind of classic piece of 80s tech with those. They're actually not bad to operate, the little rubber buttons.
Yeah, they are. Well, that's how you operate the time and
they're good
stuff on them. And
well, I've got another one.
Well.
I've got the
it's the old Casio Oak.
It's the Casio Oak. Yeah,
looks good on you.
It's probably a bit big for my left wrist, but it kind of looks better on my right wrist because it's a bit bigger. Really I'm right-handed. But I got one of these about a year ago. I reviewed it, but didn't really pay a lot of attention. And then I started wearing it in rotation on the bike when I'm cycling, maybe about 7 months ago, and I enjoy it. It's a nice watch. Very complicated module though. It's a pain in the bum because it's not. See the digital ones when you're used to those 4 buttons and you can just pop around with these. No. I had to watch somebody else's video telling me how to actually operate it. And I'm not ashamed to admit it. I've
definitely done that on the DBX 600 because there are ways of making the light longer, stay on for longer, and you can do an exchange rate on that DBX 600, which is quite cool. But they're so popular, those Casios now, Jody, aren't they? I mean, the modding world as well, isn't it?
Yeah, everybody's bought them, everybody's modded them. I think Casio, there was rumors of them producing a titanium version. They're going to do a skeleton. I saw pictures of a skeleton one this week. Yeah, kind of perspex, a clear strap, and a kind of see-through case. Wow. But I just bought a titanium case for my square one, so I'm going to remod. Oh, cool. I did a build your own square full metal.
You did
with one of the cheap kits, and I just bought a titanium kit, so I'm going to convert it from the shiny silver to stealthy black. So we'll see how that goes.
Wicked. That is awesome. And I love all that stainless steely G-Shock stuff. It's brilliant. It does remind me of older times. It reminds me of Flight of the Navigator.
I remember that one.
What I mean? Compliance. All that stuff. I just love that stuff. Jody, what we're going to do now, my friend? Thank you very much for still staying with us. I'm going to throw it to the floor because I want to give some of my OGs, my original subscribers, and the guys that have been with me for so long, to ask you a question. If you see one you like, Jody, if you see a question you like, please let me know and tell me who it is. As long as it's not Musgrove.
No, definitely not Musgrove. His question will be, why haven't you phoned me this week? Why are you ignoring me? I'm old and I need the company.
Yes. Could you please give us a question for Jody? He will answer it for you right now as best as he can. It doesn't have to be watches if you don't want. It's been amazing to get to know Jody.
Whatever you like.
Here we go. What's this? Listen. If you want to know what's the most fashionable T-shirts going on at the minute, this guy's the man, isn't it?
I'm not sure. Hey, but I probably buy as many T-shirts as I buy watches. I've got
that's awesome.
outgrown 2 drawers. But I thought when I started the channel, I thought, what else? I need a couple of gimmicks, and I've always had a big T-shirt collection because Australia, and I'm into T-shirts. Yeah. And it just stuck, and I've just sort of carried on. And people have sent me T-shirts occasionally with their favorite sports team or whatever to wear on the channel. Wow, I love it. But this is a favorite.
I tell you what I see a lot of is your 75. I got that.
Yes.
Is that Glenn?
That's Glenn. That is Glenn. And Glenn redesigned my channel logo, so I will be eternally grateful to Glenn Reynolds. Always a good guy. Always in the comment section and on Instagram as well.
Such a top guy, and he's done my logo for the Mad Watch Collector as well. But so the purple shirt with the gold 75, that was
very cool. Yeah. And I like to wear that one with my Stratton Special, anything 70s. When you're wearing you're matching your T-shirt and your watch. Looks good.
I love it. And I like the Oregon. You seem to wear the Oregon one.
Yeah, I got a couple of those. I got a couple of those sent. They're good shirts. Oregon is above California. I guess there's an American in-joke in there that I don't particularly get. But some people do get it, and some people get quite angry about it. So that's another good reason for wearing it.
I love a bit of Oregon. Jody, what is your wrist size?
What is my wrist size? I've always wondered. Smiley face. Thank you, Joe. Yeah. I mention it at least twice in every single video. 7 inches, 7 inches. But I guess wrist size is like one of these things for gentlemen. You measure it once and you never measure it again. And that's just you. That's your size for life.
Yeah,
because you're too frightened.
and
You're too frightened to measure it again in case something changes.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously 7 inches. We know that.
We know that.
I think I like this question. Your favorite micro brands. I know that you've liked your Helms.
Look, Helms are absolutely sensational, but you can't buy them. You just can't buy them.
I know. And
I don't quite know what the guy is doing, because clearly now he has people clamoring to buy these watches, and he's still not increasing his batch sizes.
Yes.
Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe because I know he quality checks everyone himself. He pressure tests. He pressure tests everyone himself, signs the handwritten card, and then ships them out. So maybe he wants to keep it small. Maybe it's the Rolex method, but he hasn't increased his prices. I don't think. You can still get a Helm for 300.
Yeah,
if you can get one.
If you can get them.
Yeah, the Vanuatu blew my mind. It's just, it's still the best you can get for $300 if you can get one, and if you like. Have you tried?
I've very lucky. Yes, I've had a Vanuatu in, and it's probably the most tallest proper professional looking diver, built to go in the water. It's incredible. Every ratchet, every cut, every sharp edge. I mean, edges. Yes, an incredible watch. Incredible. It does weigh a bit.
It weighs too much. That's why I sold it. I had one of them. I had 2 Kuraburis. I retried the Kuraburi. I bought one, sold one, and the Komodo. I was hoping that the Komodo would be smaller, but it's not. It's not.
Is it
quite.
not? Is it not?
It's
smaller?
Just the same weight. It's a bit smaller, but it's the same weight. It's 200 grams. So
I was interested in that. I was interested. Adam's obviously seen you do something with the Aquaterra.
Adam, well, yes and no is the answer to that question. Any regrets on brushing the links on the Aquaterra? I got them brushed at a jeweler in the first instance, and he botched it, and I regretted it. And then I took it into a proper watchmaker, a guy called Horologist, who's in the Dimmicks building in Sydney, where there's a lot of little boutique watchmakers.
Yeah.
And he brushed it properly, and I've had no regrets at all. Awesome. It's a lifer. I'm happy with it, and I've worn it far more. It was just it's quite a blingy watch, the Aquaterra. They've got, if you look at how the Aquaterra has evolved over the last 15 years, 20 years as a model, they were really simple. And now they're really quite, glitzy, those indexes and the high polish everywhere. So, no regrets.
Yeah, no, I remember seeing that show, actually. Well, this is the big question, Jody, isn't it? This is a huge question from James at Honest Watch Reviews. Will you be releasing any John Won? I know you do the mug. Merch. You do the mug.
I used to, but I didn't. I used to do that through Teespring or whatever. It's one of these things that I think everybody does the same. Yeah. No, I did it. You did T-shirts and mugs for a time, but I just thought that they were a rip-off. I thought they were too expensive. So my Scottish sensibilities, no. But I think I will be. I've made a few inquiries about doing a John watch. I think the next thing to try and do a micro brand.
I liked it. I said you showed a picture. I don't know when it was, but it was a dial that had the Just One More Watch logo on it, and it was the loom. Was it the loom part of the dial?
No, it was just one of these companies, an Italian company, Arcaido, and you could get anything you wanted printed on the dial. And that was kind of my freebie for the review, and they printed Just One More Watch on the dial. So, I think I've started looking around for companies to help manufacture, but it wouldn't be Just One More Watch. I need to come up with a brand and start my own company. Maybe
is that something that you're thinking about?
Yeah, I think that's the next thing. That would be the sensible thing to do. When I finish university, which is in about another year's time, I probably don't have the time for it now, but maybe towards the beginning of next year.
I think that's the thing for me as well, because I love doing the shows and the shows that I do and stuff. But obviously, even with a channel like yours, I'm not sure if you can do it full time and you know, I give up tennis and everything like this. You know, the end goal is to make some money from what you're doing, obviously. And definitely to have something like a Bark and Jack, so you've got a strap store next to you, you know, with you and things like that. It's kind of an important thing to think about, you know, and you've got an audience.
It's been interesting to see a lot of the kind of bigger channels have done different things over the last 3 or 4 years. Bark and Jack, obviously, with his NATO straps. Teddy is trying to take over the world. He's now an authorized dealer for everything. And he's gone real, kind of, But I think Teddy was always going to do that. He came into YouTube with a clear pathway.
With a plan.
TGV joined Watchbox and then left Watchbox. Time Teller does vintage. You know, a lot of the guys sell kind of vintage watches. I have no interest in vintage watches. Obviously, Mark at Long Island, but he was a retail store to begin with before he became, and now he does those Highlanders. He's just redoing Seiko's entire range. He's incredibly successful.
He's on Hamilton's now. He's got the field watches out.
Okay. Yeah. Well, he's done well from that. So I think, once I've got enough space, once I've got enough time in my life, I'm a micro brand.
You may have to move again, Jody.
Why is that?
Get another room.
2 rooms. One to store the watches, one to review the watches. Yeah.
I remember you saying this on a show, but you're studying something to do with. I don't want to disrespect the country. No. But it's historic.
This will kill the entire live chat. This will. Everybody will be
forget about it.
Super Bowl. They'll all be clicking on the Super Bowl. I went back to uni in 2012. I did a bachelor, master of research, and now I'm doing a PhD. So that's like it. There's nowhere you can go after that. I'm doing Chinese. It's intergenerational trauma, you know, identity, post memory. Looking at how one particular book that was written in the 90s, and I'm building this great theoretical framework around the book and say, look, people haven't really taken the book seriously, but I think you should. And here's what I read in it. And here's why the author wrote it, and so on. Nobody will read it. I think 7 people will read it. My 2 supervisors, the 3 examiners, me, and my mum. My mum will read it, but that's about it. So one of these kind of useless things. But modern history. It's under modern history, but it's a bit sociology. It's a bit political science. It's a bit of a mixture.
It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Hats off to you, my friend, because it's very special.
It's been good.
Apparently, Long Island are doing Tudor Rolex Explorer.
Yeah, I saw. He's doing a date just. He's doing a flipping bezel.
I did see it with the flipping bezel. Yeah, I did see that. I did see it.
Pete from Not So Obvious Watches. How you doing, Pete? He's another Pete and I. Yeah, Not So Obvious Watches. That was him.
There we go. Oh, sorry, Pete.
I met up with Pete about a year ago over in Melbourne. That was the last time I was on a plane because we're all kind of stuck where we are. And I met up with Pete down by the banks of the Yarra in Melbourne. So he's a good guy, very knowledgeable guy with an interesting collection of watches himself.
Is he? Cool. Matt at Rock the Watch. Obviously, this is going to make me cry a little bit because we all, if you're following Jody's Instagram, you see what he was up to yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday was a good day.
So what is the weather like right now for you, Jody? What's the weather like?
I think this week is all mid-20s and partly cloudy. Mid-20s and partly cloudy. I know it's rotten, but yeah, it's all right. The weather's okay. I think I worked out at about day 3 that I'm not going back. Yeah,
that's all right. That's all good. Miguel's here. Miguel from SoCal.
Big Mig, how you doing?
Here he is. He's a top guy. So what I would want now, Jody, from you, my friend, is I'm always interested in this. Not for your own for your watch channel, because you must have them lined up for the next 4 or 5 months. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I've got a couple of months worth. I'm always buying stuff for the channel. That stuff that I know. I bought a Seiko Sumo the other day because I got it at a great price.
Yeah.
But I knew buying it that it was too big for me. I'm not going to keep it. But I felt, these key pieces that I need to review for the channel. So I buy a lot of stuff that I know I'm going to sell, make a bit of a loss on them, but that's all right because the Google ads hopefully will cover the discrepancy. But for me, what's next for me? I have this kind of on-off relationship with the Oris Diver 65, and I sold my third one. Yeah, I sold my third one last April, May. And I kind of miss it, and I don't have that good Swiss diver, the kind of everyday diver with a date. Yeah, that is the one that you grab when you kind of don't know what to grab, so you just grab that one. So I know they're doing the Oris Caliber 400. They're doing that fancy new in-house caliber, Into the
Really?
Diver 65
Are they?
mid-year. Yeah, so
Right.
I might have a look at that and see how
What?
the price is.
What would the price be? Because they're quite a lot, aren't they?
Yeah, they're quite
There's
a
a
lot.
big
See,
difference.
Oris is a great buy second hand. You buy one that somebody else has taken a bit of a hit on and got a dealer
Yeah.
discount on, and they're
Yeah.
fantastic watches. But new, they're quite pricey. And that I looked at the Caliber 400 Aquis, and that was it was a lot of money. It was Tudor prices almost. So I think they've got to be careful. They've got to be careful they don't price themselves out, because the
Difficult,
65 is a lovely watch, but you've got a Black Bay 58, haven't you?
I have, yeah. I love that thing.
Yeah, and that's stunning. It's so well made. It's a beautiful piece of engineering. The 65 is charming, but it's a bit rattly and a bit light. It's not as well made.
I was gonna say because I was very close to buying either a pointer date bronze or a Diver 65, and I was disappointed with the bezel. I just thought it was a bit for the price that you paid.
For the price
for what, £1,700 or something.
Yeah,
for it to be a bit of playback and a little bit loose. I was just saying, is that new? Is this brand new? I was a little bit, because the looks of it are just stunning. It's just an amazing watch.
Some of the bronze style one. Well, I've bought three now. I bought a second-hand one, or two second-hand ones and a new one. And I haven't paid, the most I paid was 1,600 Aussie. So that's about 850. Right. Yeah. And that's kind of where I think the watch is. It's not.
Yeah, I mean, Joe's got it right. Hopefully that,
hopefully.
Yeah, this will bring down the current models.
But they're going to run the two side by side, so they're going to offer the choice of two movements. So they're going to keep the Sellita based one, and they're going to offer that one on top. So you've got that choice. You don't have to opt for the expensive movement if you just want the watch. And arguably, the Sellita is still going to be the best deal.
There's always that niggle, though, isn't it? If you do buy one, there's that niggle that I didn't get the.
I didn't get the 10. Yeah. The power reserve.
Are you going to feel that way?
Well, maybe if I get the Caliber 400, I won't sell it. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
That's a good shout. That is a good shout.
I'm having a bit of a clear out. I'll need to sell a few bits and bobs to see if I can gather the cash, or maybe I should buy the Tudor. Maybe I should just.
You've had the Tudor written, haven't you?
I've had a few Tudors through the channel, but not owned any. Not a 58. No. I looked at the. No, I looked at the bronze, the S&G Heritage one, or the S&G for the Black Bay Heritage, but not the 58.
Yeah. Have you used? Is it a ball bearing bezel on that bronze one?
No. I don't think so. Yeah, the bronze, you got to be. Yeah, it's very light. I love the bronze one. It was such a nice watch. Maybe I'll buy. Yeah. Maybe I'll just buy another one of them. It wouldn't surprise me.
Awesome. Well, Jody, thank you very much for coming on to the show, my friend.
My pleasure. Thank you very much for having me. It's been great.
I feel honoured that you've come onto my little small channel, and I hope the subscribers have loved what we've been waffling on about today. And what I wanted, it was just for people to know a little bit more about you that they might not see from your channel, like Steve Irwin at the back.
Like Steve Irwin, there he is, yeah.
Which I absolutely love that sort of stuff. And yes, it's an honour. And if I could get to the half, we all think this, but if we could get half of what you were doing, what you show is hard work. And you've got a fantastic style, but hard work gets you places. Definitely on YouTube anyway, doesn't it?
Yeah, just keep going. Just keep being consistent. Find your niche. And you found your niche, and don't change what you're doing. And you show no signs of changing what you're doing. Your production quality is fantastic. So yeah, I used to say to people, start a channel. I think a lot of people have started a channel, but just keep plugging away with it. And if you love what you're doing and can manage to keep it going for long enough, then good things will come.
Yeah, absolutely. Bit of hard work, people. That's what it is. That is it.
That's it.
Jody, if you can just stay, don't go. I'll remove you from the chat, but just stay. Okay, matey.
Thank you. Thanks to everybody who's been watching and commenting. Thanks to all of you guys. Thanks for watching.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you.
See ya.
There he is. Wow, he's a top guy, isn't he? Please subscribe, like if you haven't done already. It's really helps the channel out. That was awesome, wasn't it? I always like finding out little bits about any guys or girls that I have on the show, and it's been an honor to have Jody on on the live chat, and I'll probably tomorrow have a look back at this myself and see what was I thinking to saying that. But no, it's awesome to have it on my channel. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. There's 90 of you here at the minute. It's incredible. I've got a Seiko. This is for Miguel, by the way. I've got a Seiko SPB143 to review tomorrow. It's a beautiful looking watch. And I've also got a Christopher Ward Super Compressor also, which will be coming out next week. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. I will actually see you in a tick, 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 a tick.